Hello and welcome to Global Happenings. Today we have a trending news for you, and the headline reads: An electoral fraudster has been appointed to head an agency in Imo State by Gov.Hope Uzodinma. See details. But before we go into the full details and further analysis, we would like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button below. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Okay, let's go straight into the news of the day. Ikpamezie was one of the 4 persons arrested and paraded by the police in Abuja for electoral fraud in 2018. His latest appointment as GM of OCDA by Governor Uzodinma is in reward of his illustrious service to Imo's helpsman. Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma has appointed Innocent Ikpamezie as General Manager of Owerri Capital Development Agency. Ikpamezie was one of the 4 persons arrested and paraded by police in Abuja for electoral fraud in 2018. Uzodinma made the appointment after a controversial judgment by the Supreme Court, who brought him into office as Governor of Imo State on January 14, 2020. Well, findings revealed that Ikpamezie is a hardened political criminal who has been working for Uzodinma and the All Progressive Congress for a long time to disrupt elections in their favor. He had been working for Hope Uzodinma since he was a senator. Innocent Ikpamezie was paraded in 2015 by the police for criminal conspiracy, forgery, stealing, and unlawful possession of electoral materials meant for the aborted APC World Congress in Imo State. Recall that in 2018, the APC held a nationwide World Congress that was marred by violence and bloodshed. Imo State could not hold the exercise as thugs invaded the party secretariat, disrupting the Congress and carting away election materials. Imo State Governor at the time, Rogers Okorocha, accused Uzodinma and some party leaders of sponsoring the thugs to disrupt the exercise. Weeks later, the police arrested Ikpamezie alongside 3 others for masterminding the disruption of the World Congress in Imo State. Former spokesperson for the Nigerian Police Force, Jimoh Moshood, while parading the 4 Ikpamezie, Lawrence Achibon, Kelechi Afone, and Joseph Martins before the media, said they stole and hijacked some electoral materials due for elections and ward elections in Imo State. Alright, that's generally the news, but let's just take 1 or 2 more here. He revealed that Ikpamezie was then the special advisor on electoral matters to Uzodinma. The ex-PPRO said electoral materials were recovered from Ikpamezie, which he claimed were given to him by Link Njoku, zonal coordinator for Owerri municipality, on behalf of Uzodinma. Moshood went on to say that the 4 suspects will be charged to court for criminal conspiracy, stealing, and unlawful possession of APC World electoral materials. However, after the public display of the suspect, nothing was heard of the matter again. Ikpamezie and the 3 others were secretly released while he continued carrying out dirty jobs for Uzodinma and APC in Imo State. Wow, that's the news really. But now, the challenge now is his latest appointment as GM of OCDA by Governor Uzodinma is in reward of his illustrious services to the Imo helpsman. Okay, that's totally the news now. But honestly, we do like to see what Nigerians are saying online concerning this appointment. This is strong. Honestly, this is strong. This is not an allegation. This has proofs. Online, internet never forgets. Once you're a criminal, one way or the other, informations are being kept, and it can be kept in the archive. It can easily be picked up at any time or the other. But let's have a feel of what Nigerians are saying concerning the appointment of Ikpamezie and the activities he has carried out before now that warrant such reward for such activity, judging the fact that Imolite may likely suffer if the right persons don't take the right positions at the helms of our affair. This is really strong, honestly. This one here is saying Supreme Court have ruined Imo State, 1 step forward and 10 steps backwards into the abyss. God help Imolite. This one here is telling the person, stop that, he's doing well now. How far? This person now replied the other person saying, I curse you today, may you never say anything good in your stupid and worthless life, idiot. People are angry. This one is saying that look at what Supreme Court have done to Imolite. One respondent said, but he's doing well now, he has reinstated 3,500 people. The lady replied in annoyance that he cursed his family for even saying that he's doing well, that Imolite will soon suffer and all that. But let's generally hear what the people are saying. This one is saying, oh, he's got sent by Mbaka to rebuild my Imo State. This one is saying, what those Supreme Court judges did Imo State, God will surely pay them back double fold in Jesus' name. Amen. This way is saying, you people have time. The person that collected 200 naira to vote and the one on the allegation, not that he was caught red-handed, are they not the same? In Nigerian politics, everyone is a criminal in one way or the other. A criminal can serve better than a slow poison. Let's wait and judge him by his work today and not of his past. Who has a better past? Enemies of Hope Uzodinma, take him easy. This one here say, oh, one of his boys, Imo people, you will see when. This one here is saying, should they not dine together to celebrate their mischievousness or peddling the affairs of this nation? How many of them are with genuine hearts to give sincere service to their subjects and be ready to be held accountable for failure? 90% of them are just there to grab everything by their wicked antics, not caring a hoot, and compensate criminals who work for them. It's everywhere, even in Aso Rock. This one here is saying, one wonders what he will do with OCDA. This one here is saying, in 2015, Hope Uzodinma was in PDP. I didn't hear any mention of PDP in this report. The young man may be working Hope Uzodinma as his dog. All of these politicians, including Emeka Hedion, have their own thugs. He couldn't have been working for Hope Uzodinma, who was in PDP in 2015 and then APC. That's not possible. This report is so biased that I don't want to read through to the end. Okay, this is one part I have not really noticed. I never knew that the Hope Uzodinma was in PDP in 2015. But this is an information that I probably require 1 or 2 researches here and there. This one here is saying, what do you expect from a fraudster like Hope Uzodinma? Deceitfully he acquired the seat. Disgracefully he will relinquish it. Time will tell. This one here is saying, talks are same as criminals. So surprised these guys have the clean hand to eat with the big dogs in the land. That's how it always goes. Bad guys never last except the bigger dogs dangle. This one here is natural. Like minds attract like minds. Birds of a feather flock together. Whose government hasn't done that before? This one here is saying, just be sure of what you stand now, of where you stand now, and not to say it's the devil later, because everyone must give account of his or her of her stewardship at the appointed time. I mean, you defender or supporters of evil. Okay, but that's how much I can take. Honestly, their feelers are mixed. Some are saying that we should give Hope Uzodinma opportunity to do the needful, while others believe criminals running the helms of affair is not good enough. But the truth be told, if a criminal is given chairman of OCDA, that's Owerri Capital Development agency, the question now is, what does he want to? That's the GM for that matter. Now, square pegs and round hole. What does he know? What did he read? What has he been doing all his life? Tokerism. Now, he's now heading that place. As what? As GM. What expertise is he bringing in? This is the problem of Nigeria. bringing the wrong set of persons. Right now, Imolite need the best hands expert you can ever think of. Not thugs, not people who don't even know the right thing to do, not people who have, you can imagine the report after being paraded by the public as a day when he was a thug. He was called for electoral fraud. After being paraded, he was supposed to be, he was sentenced to jail or something, whatever, maybe taken to court and sentenced to prison or something. But we later found out that he was quietly and gently released back into the street because the powers that be, the big boys in the hands of affair, his boss had paid the price that let him raise one of my boys, and now this is the time to pay him for quote unquote the good jobs he has been doing. You see why Nigeria, if the good Lord our Nigerians don't stand up and react, this country will just be rotating around in the hands of bad eggs, while the good ones are just dead, allowing non-entities to rule and govern them. What is a thug, a former thug, doing as the GM of an agency? What would he bring in? By the time he comes in, he will bring his boys in and they will parade the whole place. That place will now become a sort of a citadel of thugs. And that will now be more like an extension, an annex for thugs to stay. I whoop for my country, Nigeria. And too bad, Imo State is one of the annexes of the ones that I honestly pity Imolite. I don't know the magic he will perform, honestly. If a thug is already heading a GM, an agency of that magnitude, I don't know. Which other profiles of commissioners and big boys as places that Nigerians don't know their profile and pedigree before now, that they're heading at agencies and parastatals and ministries that they probably are not qualified for, and you expect magic. You can't expect magic. You can't expect anything good from someone who knows next to nothing about such agencies, and they're probably not willing to let. All they're thinking of, I'm in, what can I loot now? It's my turn now, I need to compensate my people. Then this is time for compensation. All they're just thinking, where do we loot money now? We have 4 years, let's quickly loot money and compensate for all the hard work. They're not thinking, how do we develop Imo? They're not thinking, how do we bring sanity to the state? They're not thinking. Well, like one person has rightly said, let's not judge him yet. But honestly, we can see the handwriting on the wall, how it looks like. Sometimes somebody will say, you can judge the taste of the food through the face of the food. Well, let's not judge someone. Another one will say, you can't judge the book by its cover. Let's see. 4 years is far, 4 years is close. Time will tell by the time we're done. Let's go to a conversation. What do you think about a thug, former thug, quote and unquote, governing and ruling, occupying the position of general manager of OCDA in Imo State, an agency that is supposed to be, bringing things and making things happen in its own right? What do you think about Hope Uzodinma compensating, quote and unquote, a former thug that was paraded some years back? Let's go to a